ITsMine beyond DLP, securing your data anywhere. More than half of the businesses have suffered data breach in 2018 and in 2019. Data loss is across the board for any organization. Loss of intellectual property, reputational damage, operational disruptions because of ransomware, or because an employee that left the company and took sensitive data with them. Big risk to the company, and one of the critical areas that we need to look at. Today, more than ever, because our data is scattered around the network, we have data that is sitting on the employees' endpoints, in the cloud, on our on-prem file storages, basically everywhere. Our employees working from home, we are working with third parties, it uses the data everywhere. And unfortunately, in 2020 and 2021, we are going to see a large amount of dismissed employees. And when employees leaving the company, they are taking data with them. 87% of the users, when they leave the company, they are taking sensitive data from the company. That's why we created Beyond DLP, to protect the company data anywhere. The solution is based on technology that allows us to know about potential data breach even beyond the company's boundaries and react accordingly. First, the solution, we connect all the file storages of the company into one central location. We are looking at all the file access of all the users for everything, whether it's Microsoft 365, Google Drive, Dropbox for Business, NetApp solutions that we have on-prem, any kind of Windows and Linux server. We collect all these file access logs and we separate the areas to red, yellow, and green according to machine learning algorithm. Then we create virtual minefield. We create thousands of software mines and we plant them inside of the organization. A software mine is artificial data that simulates customer's real data, looks like the customer real data that no one should access. And we create thousands of these files. These files are not there to attract attacker to the data. It's below the surface, just like landmines. So it will have the same file type, same date creation, that modified, the names of the files, the size of the file will be similar to the files next to them. And those files are well defined. We know that no one should access them, no one should download them. And although we planted that inside of the finance department, it belongs to the security team. And by using these sensors, we can find the vectors of attack that are trying to harm or steal our company data. And that could happen even beyond the company's boundaries. So I'm a user that I just left the company and I took massive amount of data with me. On my Dropbox, my private Dropbox, I have company's property. As a user, when I will open up one of the files, in order to see the content of the file need to call home. And in this case, I open a file that belongs to the security team, files that no one should access and no one should open, and I definitely shouldn't have taken it from the company. It was there to protect against ransomware. And when I open this file, what actually happened behind the scene is that the security department, the chief data officer of the company, just got a notification telling him that he had a potential data breach. Someone outside of the company just used a software mine, files that no one should access, no one should download, and definitely no one outside of the company should use. And when I will go to the Call Home portal and log into the Call Home portal, I will be able to see everything that is related to that potential data breach. I will know that someone outside of the company in Israel in this IP address just used the ITsMine. And I will know the unique identity number. Copying the unique identity number back into the management systems will allows me to know the other side of the rope, to know exactly what had happened here. I will be able to see that this file was planted inside of the central file storage. It was a PDF file that was belonging to the finance group, and it was actually taken a year ago, on the 1st of March 2019. The reason that we know the exact date because we change this virtual minefield on a daily basis. A day before and a day after, this ITsMine was simply not there. So in a minute, we were able to know exactly where the file was taken from, when, and therefore also by whom. Because we connect to all the file storages and get all the file access right, we can even go further along and find all the other files that the same resource took with him before he left the company. In this case, the user left the company, so I need to extend the time to more than 1 month to look at all the files that he downloaded and the potential data breach of 40 files. Any file from these files that is marked with file GPS, a capability that we add to a regular file to call back home whenever it's being used, even beyond the company's boundaries. When we remove those keys, those files will not be able to open. So guys, the person that took these files cannot open the most sensitive files, even though he already has them in his private Dropbox. So even beyond the company's boundaries, we were able to block the attacker from using our data. By using our technology, we will be able to block an external attacker when he's trying to attack our data, trying to encrypt it, to change it, to delete it, ransomware, next generation ransomware, because these files that we know that no one should download them, no one should use them outside, and definitely no one should encrypt them. And when we have an internal employees, as we could see, when we have a bad employee, a wrong employee, they're trying to steal the company data, we were able not just to know about the potential data breach, but we will also be able to obtain hard evidence against that user. In our case, we were able to get a short movie clip that will show us exactly what the user did trying to steal the company data automatically. And we created a full 4 different pillars to make sure that we do not harm the privacy of the user. So this is why we are capable to provide the security team an unmatched visibility on the employees' actions on the company data. And we will make sure that employees know that there are thousands of sensors spread along the file storages, so they will not even try to take the company data by using an ongoing education that will be done anytime that the user will use the ITsMine. And we will help the unintentional users that works with the most critical company data to protect it and to centralize the files that they created, even from unstructured data, to a central location, marking it with file GPS fully automatically and making sure that even if this data is leaving the company, we're still in control. By using our system, we will be able to meet with 4 different capabilities beyond boundaries, track and protect data automatically everywhere. Beyond automation, no endpoint agent, no inline network appliances, 1 day of implementation. Beyond compliance, hassle-free to meet with regulatory requirement, and beyond payment, simple and clear pricing. So the implementation is done transparently to the users. By design, we cannot harm the accesses of the users to the file storages. We will not implement endpoint agent or inline network appliance. We don't change the proxy of the user, and transparently, we can protect the company data by using our technology. The implementation comparing to traditional DLP is 1 day. No need for manual policy, no need for hard classification part. We can meet with regulatory requirement asking us to protect structured and unstructured data at rest, in motion, and in use. Thank you very much.